Side hustles are a way for people to earn money on top of their main jobs. The idea is simple. Make some extra cash to go on a vacation, save for the future, or just make life a bit less stressful financially. These side gigs come in many forms. Some people flip items on online marketplaces. Others drive for ride-sharing apps. Some side hustles can bring in solid income. And for a few lucky people, there's the hope that one day their side hustle can become their full-time job. That dream is especially tempting if it involves turning a hobby into something profitable. Imagine getting paid for something you already enjoy doing. It sounds great, and that's why side hustles have become so popular. But deep down, most people don't really want a side hustle. Nobody finishes a long shift and thinks, I can't wait to deal with drunk people in my car, or I'd love to spend the night handling angry customers on eBay. The truth is, people need side hustles. And if they're lucky, they've found one they can tolerate. You've probably heard phrases like, to succeed, you need multiple streams of income, or nobody gets rich from a 9 to 5. These sayings push the idea that you should always be working on something extra. Hustle culture looks harmless at first. What's wrong with putting in extra effort to earn more? Maybe side hustles really can help. And yes, there are some examples that actually make sense. But it's important to stop and think. We need to ask whether this trend of always needing a side hustle is really something to celebrate. To understand this better, let's break down what a good side hustle should be. First, it has to make money, otherwise it's just a hobby. Second, it must fit around your regular job. Third, it should be something you're skilled at and can realistically do. Finally, if it checks all those boxes, why not make it your full-time job? These criteria give anyone thinking about a side hustle a good checklist to consider before starting. Most side hustles are actually just small businesses, and making money from a small business is not easy. There's a reason why so many of them fail. You can go with an easy option like driving for Uber. That guarantees some income as long as you're available when rides are needed. But there are drawbacks. A big part of your earnings goes to the platform itself. And after you account for gas, extra wear on your car, and special insurance, your take-home pay might be less than you expect. Instead, let's look at more independent hustles. Flipping items online, doing freelance work, or offering services like lawn mowing can give you more control. Take mowing lawns, for example. It makes money and it's outside regular working hours, so it fits the criteria. You might also think it's easy to start, but most lawns only need mowing once every 2 weeks, so you'd need a lot of customers to make real money. Getting customers means knocking on doors and asking if people need your service. That's something most people find scary. Even confident people are surprised by how tough it is to convince strangers to buy from them. And that's just to get started. You also need the equipment and the time, and you need to spend your weekends doing the work. Let's say you succeed and get fully booked. You'd have to ask yourself, why not do this full-time? If you make more from your main job, then maybe you should just work overtime or take on a weekend job in the same field. If you make more from mowing lawns, why not do it full-time? Maybe you don't want to mow lawns every day. That's fine. But then why do it at all? If you like it even less than your main job, it becomes well-paid torture. But there's a solution. Think about where you bring the most value. Maybe it's not mowing lawns. Maybe it's your ability to get customers. If that's the case, you're probably better off focusing on sales. Instead of spending weekends with a lawnmower, you could build a career in selling. This way, you focus on what you're good at, not what drains you. This is just one example, but the lesson applies everywhere. The best results usually come from specializing. Someone great at sales will earn more selling full-time than doing a side hustle where their talent is only used part of the time. A skilled web developer is better off building websites for clients than trying to run an online store selling socks. That goes against the advice you've probably heard, like the idea that most millionaires have 7 income streams. That claim comes from a 2002 IRS study of over 6,000 wealthy people who died between 1996 and 2002. The study found they had several types of income: investments, salaries, rental income, royalties, capital gains, business profits, and interest. But most of those are results of being rich, not how they got rich. Only 29% of them had 5 or more streams. Most had 3. That's still impressive, but far from the myth that everyone needs 7 streams of income. What the study actually showed is that people usually build wealth by focusing on one career or business. Once they succeed, they invest in other assets, which create more streams. Saying that most rich people hustle across multiple jobs is misleading. And there's another issue with the study, selection bias. It focused on older people who had time to grow their wealth and diversify. If you're young, the path to success usually starts with maximizing one stream, not spreading yourself too thin. So why does the myth persist? One reason is that people want to sell you something, courses, apps, guides. But another reason is more sincere. Many people today live with job insecurity and stagnant wages. For them, a side hustle feels like smart planning, not overworking. And for some, it's survival. They don't earn enough from their main job. Calling that a side hustle is just a nicer way of saying they're working multiple jobs. That doesn't mean all side hustles are bad. Some make sense. Like YouTube, I started my channel because I saw potential. It can make money, fits my schedule, and uses my skills. I'm hoping to make it full-time. I didn't start it as a side gig. I started it to build a business. For people who plan to keep their regular jobs, some hustles still work. Take credit card churning. You spend like usual, meet bonus requirements, and cash in rewards. It's low effort and can earn you real money. It's not the best hustle for everyone, but it's an example of doing something smart without being tricked into grinding endlessly. Just be honest about what you're doing and don't work yourself to death because someone online told you to hustle 24/7. Thanks for watching InvestingFlix. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and drop a comment below. For more expert insights on personal finance, investing, and wealth building, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out.